Look into my eyes. Tell me what you see.
I see my dad. um, I see a lot of hurt. And maybe anger. And I see avoidance when I look at you too.
Avoidance?
Mm-hmm. I just don't understand if you saw that hurt with us. Like, why didn't that make you stop?
Well, you know what? I don't have the answer to that. I really don't. And I know, like, with people have said to me, if you love me, you wouldn't do this to us. You know, you do this to me, you know, and, you know, that is ever so not the case whatsoever. Not that I don't love you guys, and, you know, it's addiction. It's deep. There's obviously something inside of me that I'm not okay with. And that's why I sit there and try and figure it out myself on. You know, because if I go to get high, it's like I know nothing good is gonna come out of it. But I do it anyway. You know, I'm like, why? Why? I don't get it. You know. So this is definitely gonna help. So okay. Anything else?
I guess like the reason why I reached out to do this is because you're not making any different changes in your life. I know that you say that you're trying, but sometimes I think about cutting our relationship off because I just don't think you actually realize how hurt I really am. And seeing getting hurt like that is not something I would have put him through. Of having toxic people like that around. If we ever did stop talking, which I have thought about for some years, I just want you to know it's because of your drinking and alcohol, of your drinking and using drugs. Yeah, and I felt a lot. I think that's why I don't like it here in Grand Island because I just don't have a lot of good memories of us growing up, like on White House. Like, I just remember like all the time waiting by the window for you to come home. And like always calling your phone, but you would never answer. And that house on St. Paul Road, it was just like you were never home and you never spent time with us. And I mean, like me and the twins, my own sisters, didn't even talk for like almost probably over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I kind of hold, I don't think, I know I hold a grudge against you because I've just done so much for helping raising like my brother and sisters, and it's just like I feel like I was never appreciated. And I'm tired of feeling like that.
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know how to take that. It kind of makes me upset to hear that. To be honest with you, it makes me angry. It does, but I'm just gonna shut up. I'm not gonna say no more about that. About me being angry, but anyhow, you know, I don't feel strongly about that as you do. I guess I don't know. It's we all have our own issues growing up, you know, and what makes me angry about it is because you know what, I was still there and I'm still here. Every single one of you guys, no matter what, you know, and yeah, my decisions have made a bad impact on certain things in life on you guys. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It definitely affected you guys. But that's all I have to say right now.
What is your biggest fear right now that you haven't shared with me? And what can I do to support it?
Well, you know, my biggest fear is, you know, I am afraid that, you know, if I don't get myself together like I should, you know, you are gonna leave again. And you know, I'm not gonna like that at all. So, you know, I feel you're already trying to in the process. But I'm afraid you're gonna do it the wrong way and just jump into a situation and for the moment, bam, it's gonna backfire on you. I'm definitely afraid of that. You just need to have faith in your father. You just need to have faith, you know. And I know it's been years of abuse, you know, that's been dished out mentally, what have you, you know, by me, and but you just gotta have faith. And I don't want to keep saying I'm gonna do this and do that and then just not do it. I'm tired of sounding like a broken record. I don't want to say those things no more. But I will say this: you just need to have faith in your father, and you know. And I think a lot of this is, you know, turn to the Lord, man. I'm telling you, because it's something, the power that is way greater than myself that's got to control me, way greater. As you know, so I mean, for a lot of people, you know, that quit drinking or doing drugs or get straight, whatever, you know, I mean, something bad, I mean, real bad has to happen. Like, you know, get in a car accident or, you know, hurt somebody or get another DUI or some social services get involved, what have you, something with the court, you know. Well, you know, I don't want that to happen before I get myself straight. But I believe it's gonna happen. God's gonna make it happen. Maybe this is part of it here. I don't know. A lot of things I don't know. I just, you know, all I know is that, you know, the more we do right things versus wrong things, the better things that happen to us. It just comes natural. It's just the way it is. So that's my focus. When do you feel the closest to me?
I think of the times like when we were, I think, like on White Street, and he would wake up because like early in the morning, and you wouldn't have been out all night. You would have just been sober, and I would just like watch the news with you while you drank your coffee in the morning before you'd go to work and stuff like that. But it's been a long while for that. But that's when I felt most close to you, because you weren't paying attention to anything else than just us talking or like spending time in the morning, and you weren't on your phone, and you weren't trying to see like what cousin's house we should go party at or whatever like that. So it was just yeah. That's when I felt most close. When you think about the first time we met, what do you remember feeling?
Well, you know, you were my first child, and I just wanted to be, you know, the best dad that I could be. And I know there was lots of things that
I did wrong and I still do wrong, you know, but it's part of life, and I'm grateful that I did something right, because, you know, I still talk to all my children, and you almost every day, pretty close, and you know, I'm just grateful for that. So I guess that's my final answer. Okay. That's a pretty tough question. Because I already know the answer. And but the question to you is, when was you the most proudest of me?
The time when I feel most proud of you is I mean, even though you make the decisions you made, I don't think there's ever been a time that I haven't been proud that you were my dad, because you were always there.
Well, that was good to hear.
What have you learned from me that has changed you?
Well, just knowing that, you know, you will stand your ground. You know, especially when it comes to the kids. If dad wants to keep acting a goddamn fool, you know, boom, you're not gonna see him. It's that simple. And I don't want it to become a tool or a force or what have you to what's the word I'm looking for? To use against me, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely have shown me that you will stand up for your rights and beliefs on children, and if my behavior is negative, that, you know, you will take action. That's definitely been proved. So,
Yeah.
which is, you know, a good thing.
Yeah.
But don't be too hard on me. So,
If this was our last conversation, what is something you would not want me to forget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Well, I would say that that I love you, and I want you to know that I did my best in the answer.
Something I wouldn't want you to forget is that obviously me and the kids love you a lot, and we always like having you around, and that no matter how long you are in the kids' life, I'm just glad that you were there.
Me too.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it and you want to stay up to date with all things Skin Deep, all things The And, all things human connection, you can join our newsletter at theskindeep.com/subscribe to stay in the loop. So thanks so much.